Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube.com. It is Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Florio and Dee Dee Woodson. We're going. Hopefully, we do get Michael Bullock in just a matter of minutes, but chances are most likely not because of the fact that tonight we had, well, here in East Providence, Rhode Island, our traditional third display at Pierce Memorial Stadium. If everybody knows, if you were on this area, you know this is one of the biggest events of the year, at least for us. And well, we just gotta say it was for me. It was a spectacular show. Probably better than it was in the last few years. At the end of the day, I definitely enjoyed and really loved how this played out. And now, and I do want to apologize to the fans. I didn't know how this was gonna play up or play out, and at the end of the day, this was really awesome night. Nothing more to say. So we're just gonna dive right start live tonight from the Century Link Center in Omaha on the USA Network, as always. And we started it off with Renee Young introducing Team Hell Yes. I know a lot of people would say, oh, it's Team Hell No, but no, I'll call it Team Hell Yes. Daniel Bryan and Kane, and they started cutting a promo about other things that went down, and then the next thing we know, they were interrupted by Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, and this actually turned out to be a very interesting development, and the next thing we know, Paige came out and made a match with the two of them being in the main event and saying that if the Usos win, that they would be added to the tag team title fight. In essence, it would be a triple threat for the SmackDown tag team titles. I gotta say, this was actually not bad. This was a really good situation, and we'll wait and see what happens. I really thought that this was really done, and I thought it was delivered really well. So I like it. I like Team Hell No being back, or Team Hell Yes as I'm calling them. And to see the Usos in there, they had the fire, they had the passion. That looked pretty cool. So a solid way to start SmackDown Live. So Anthony Florio, it's all yours, my friend.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, MF. I got to say, segment of the night. I got to call it here. I mean, it was a solid and at times fun opening segment to set up the main event with the pay-per-view ramifications. So, yeah, it came off really good. Daniel Bryan and Kane, they showed the signs of Team Hell No. They showed that dysfunction, during the promo, but then came together once the Usos showed up, and it was almost like they turned the Usos heel out of nowhere, because it was kind of like a heel promo that the Usos were cutting there, but now that you've got Team Hell No in the SmackDown Tag Team Division, MF, I mean, like I said on Shake Up Night when we were at that show at the Dunk, I mean, the rich keep getting richer, and tag team division is as loaded as ever. You already have the Usos, you already have the Bar, you already have the New Day, you already have the Bludgeons, and now, and then you have Sanity, and now you're adding Team Hell No to this. I mean, your tag team division is far better than Monday Night Raw. Let's not kid ourselves. So, oh boy, and this proved it here tonight. So, great way to start it off. A great opening segment. To me, it was the segment of the night, and it accomplished. It set up a very entertaining main event, and one of the things that SmackDown Live has been known for, not just storyline progression, but also fresh matchups. And this is a fresh matchup. I don't recall Team Hell No and the Usos meeting, unless maybe they did back in 2012 and 13. I'm pretty sure they did, but but it kind of feels like a fresh matchup here. So well done. So great way to start segment of the night, without a doubt. So Michael Bullock, come on in. Let's get your thoughts on this opening segment with Team Hell No interrupted by the Usos.
Yeah, I got to agree. I think this was the segment of the night here. I love the interaction with Team Hell No. Basically, they did show some signs at the old Team Hell No when there was some disagreements, but like you said, they came together when the Usos showed up and said, when the Usos said that they are more deserving of a shot at the tag team title than Team Hell No, and Paige basically came out and said, you know what? We're gonna have the Usos against Team Hell No. Definitely a fresh matchup here, uh, and with ramifications where if the Usos won, they would get added to the SmackDown Tag Team Title match, making it a triple threat match. So, how did it all play out? You're gonna have to wait and find out later on to see how it turned out. So, definitely the segment of the night. Everybody played their parts well, and I love that we're actually getting a fresh tag team match with the Usos and Team Hell No meeting for the first time in the main event. So, unlike getting repeat tag team matches like on that other show that I refuse to mention, so nothing else to say. Dee Dee Woodson, I give it to you.
Yeah, this was definitely a segment of the night. Definitely, we're going with what SmackDown's really known for, which is storyline progression, and this was definitely storyline progression in its finest right here in this opening segment. Having a hell no, hell yes, whatever you want to call Kane and Bryan coming out, and then having the Usos come out, have Paige come out, and just make this match and tying it to the pay-per-view that's here in a couple of weeks. And like I said last week, like I said yesterday, I think right now the reason that this tag team is back is because of what was happening on Raw, and I was pretty much right because we had Dr. Shelby back on Raw. Yay, boo, whatever. I could care less. But with the way this progressed through segments as they got close to the pay-per-view, almost made me wonder if our nauseating doctor was going to be making an appearance over here too. So not much more I'm going to have to say about it. Definitely a segment of the night. Definitely storyline progression in its finest. So Fletch, let's move on.
From probably the segment of the night to most likely the fight of the night. The United States Heavyweight Championship Open Challenge was added again, and this time Jeff Hardy went up against The Miz. When it was all said and done, the winner of the bout in 16 minutes and 23 seconds, and still the United States Heavyweight Champion, the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy. He beats The Miz here tonight. Anthony Florio, do I hear fight of the night?
Absolutely, MF. This indeed was the fight of the night in my book. Solid 3.5 stars. This was an amazing match. There was some great action throughout. Solid, good near falls. I definitely liked this match better than the match they had, that Money in the Bank qualifying match they had some time ago. Solid match with the expected result. Miz coming out was an awesome surprise, and these two can always put on a good match with each other. So they definitely showed us that here tonight. The chemistry was there without a doubt, and they delivered a match that I wasn't sure how to feel about it, but I honestly thought the main event was going to be the fight of the night. But no, I was wrong. this was the fight of the night for me by a smidge. I think 3.25 to 3.5 probably is the best rating for this. So without question, the fight of the night indeed. And now it was announced later in the night that Jeff Hardy will defend the United States Heavyweight Championship against the man he was supposed to defend it against a week ago, that being the king of the strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura, and that will go down at Extreme Rules. I guess Shinsuke has been cleared to compete after that incident last week where he got bit by that drug dog there. So yeah, thankfully all is well with Shinsuke, praise the Lord, and now we get this U.S. title match, and I'm going on the record. I saw Hardy look a little gimpy during this fight, especially near the end when he was going for the swanton. He looked a little gimpy there. I got to be honest, and I'm going to tell it like it is right here and now. We don't even need to wait till our Extreme Rules preview show when I say this. I'm already calling it. Shinsuke Nakamura will be your next United States Heavyweight Champion come 12 nights from now in Pittsburgh. So you heard it here first. I'll reiterate a little more on that when we do our Extreme Rules preview show, whenever that is. So that's all I can say there. 3.25, 3.5 stars to me. Fight of the night by a smidge over the main event, no doubt about it. So Michael Bullock, I mean, it could have been anybody, but they threw out The Miz. Awesome surprise, and they put on a much better match than their previous bout, that Money in the Bank qualifier that The Miz stole.
Oh, yeah, this was definitely a whole heck of a lot better than that. And I do agree. This is indeed the fight of the night, 3.25, 3.5 stars. And yeah, I mean, they definitely, put on a really good match here. And I agree. I mean, I saw what you saw. I mean, Jeff Hardy definitely looked gimpy there, and yeah, he's definitely going to be between Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura at Extreme Rules. And I do agree with you, Florio, no doubt about it. I'm saying it as well. Shinsuke Nakamura is walking out as the new United States champion, no doubt about it in my mind. So I really got nothing more to say. So Dee Dee Woodson, it's yours.
Yeah, this is a match of the night. I'm going to give it a solid 3.5 stars. For me, I was glad to see, it be the Miz and see these two go at it. No love lost between me and the Miz, but it is what it is. Glad Jeff came out on top. Yeah, his knee definitely was bothering him throughout the match. So I'll agree with the fact that I think Nakamura is going to walk out with the title at Extreme Rules. So not much more I'm going to say about it. I pass it to you, Fletch.
All right, we got a little bit of some areas where we don't really need to address it unless you want to. Then I'll just leave it at that. There was this funny segment with a pancake eating contest. The New Day and Byron Saxton was actually involved in it. However, it didn't go as planned because Sanity hit the ring and jumped the New Day. Maybe a new rivalry. We got the New Day and Sanity. I would take that. Definitely. And the thing was, and I'm gonna say this was a fine segment. It didn't overstay its welcome. They did it quick. It was painless. In and out, and we're done. Monday Night Raw, take flipping notes. That's all I'm saying. Next thing we had was, okay, this was James Ellsworth versus Asuka. We were thinking, this is going to probably be an easy squash for Asuka. The fight ends in 3 minutes and 11 seconds, and the fight ends in a double countout. All it just led to was basically in the locker room area, Carmella gets the upper hand on Asuka, blindside attack, and then they basically run off and get out of the way. So nothing more to say there. We're just going to park it there, as I would say, or like Anthony Florio would say. We go into the next fight of the night: Aiden English versus the WWE champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles. AJ wins the match in 3 minutes and 44 seconds, but after the match was over, Rusev jumps AJ Styles, hits him with a Mashka kick, throws him into the ring post, and then puts the accolade on him. Oh boy. Do you guys want to talk about this, or do you want to move on? Your choice.
Move on.
Move on. Very well. Next match we had here was Becky Lynch versus Peyton Royce from the Iconics. Becky Lynch wins the match in 3 minutes and 17 seconds with the disarmer submission. Again, I leave the door. I probably say move on. So we go right into the main event of the evening. This is one I know we're definitely going to be talking about. Team Hell No versus the Usos. If the Usos wins, they get the opportunity to fight for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Well, unfortunately for the Usos, tonight was not their night. Team Hell No wins the match in 11 minutes and 42 seconds as Jey Uso gets chokeslammed by Kane, and thus it remains a one-on-one tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles at Extreme Rules. It will be Team Hell No versus the Bludgeon Brothers. Michael Bullock, you get to lead off on this matchup.
All right, this to me was the second best fight of the night here. I'm gonna give it about 3 to maybe 3.25 stars. I mean, this was definitely this was a good match here, and yeah, I'm not quite I'm not surprised that that Team Hell No was gonna get the victory here. Yeah, it seems like those two certainly did not lose a beat in their first tag team match back together, and look like a well-oiled tag team here. And yeah, so it's going to remain the Team Hell No and the Bludgeon Brothers at Extreme Rules for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. And we saw the Bludgeons come out and basically just staring down the Team Hell No. So yeah, so there's really nothing more to say. So Dee Dee Woodson, I give it to you.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a solid 3 stars. It was a very good match. They were talking about the possible ring rust. I didn't see a whole lot on either one of them. Maybe a little bit on Kane, but not that much. I mean, they pretty much worked together very well for not, being together for like 5 years. The two teams worked very well off of each other. Definitely, like I said, the whole thing between these two teams was very much storyline progression as we move along to the pay-per-view. And I even liked the ending there where the Bludgeons came out and we had the stare down. Definitely was like the exclamation point on this match that we have coming up. So not much more I have to say about it. So I don't know if I toss it to Fletch or if I toss it to Florio. So whichever one of you toss it to, take it. Fletch.
Is it Fletcher Florio? Who's taking it?
I'll take it. Second best fight of the night for me, 3 stars. That's my rating for it. Overall, good main event with Bryan and the Usos working very well together as Team Hell No picks up a big win ahead of challenging for the tag team championships. I agree with Dee Dee. The post-match was very well done, and it gets us excited for this tag team championship match at Extreme Rules. I'm back and forth on it. I'm not sure who to go with at this point. My gut's telling me Team Hell No. My heart's telling me the Bludgeons. I don't know. We'll see. So, to me, second best fight of the night, 3 stars, no doubt about it. So, MF, let's get to our overall reviews here.
And I'll give it the 3 stars as well. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just gonna let you guys have free reign on this, setting up for my Mikey's mindset as usual. It's time for the overall reviews. And Dee Woodson, it is yours, my dear. What did you think of this 3rd of July SmackDown Live tonight?
I'm going to give it 6 stars to 6.5 because this is, as usual, a storyline progression show. Some of the matches may not have been super great, but they still, do the storyline progression. So it, even I can even say Asuka versus Ellsworth. That's storyline progression because Ellsworth is with Carmella, and of course she's at ringside during the match. We had the backstage segments, with it. Like I said, most of this show, other than the little bit with New Day and Sanity, which for all we know could also lead up to a match, it was pretty much a storyline progression in getting us ready for pay-per-view. And I don't see, like I said, very much of anything that would not do that. So SmackDown, you're right on the money as usual on the storyline stuff here, and keep up the good work on that. Compared to last night, this is definitely the winner for the week. Yes, it's unusual to have so many cutouts on SmackDown Live, but I think the only major complaint I had was that it just felt like the matches parts of this was rushed so that they could get the promos and the segments in. So, and we really didn't need 5 matches in one night. I mean, for a 2-hour show, I would think 3 to 4 matches would be tops so that you can balance that out. But it is what it is. They felt they needed to squeeze as much content in as possible, I guess. So not much more I'm going to say about it. I guess I toss it to Florio, or do I toss it back to Fletch? And then good night, guys.
All right, good night, Didi. I'll take it for a spin. 6.5 to 6 3/4. I thought this was a solid show. I'm not gonna call it the greatest show on earth, but it was probably far better than maybe some of the stuff that Raw's been given lately. Again, like she says, storyline progression. The Team Hell No storyline was really good at the beginning of the show. That got us really, very good. The United States Championship fight, The Miz and Jeff Hardy. Go out of your way to see this fight. This was amazing. This was definitely TV quality. You could even see this on a pay-per-view, and you guys would have been very thrilled with this match. This was amazing for the most part. Of course, they continue Becky Lynch's rise to up the ranks of the SmackDown Women's Division. Another key victory for her tonight. And then, obviously, storyline progression. Even though the match wasn't great between Asuka and James Ellsworth, it gives a little more momentum for the women's title fight at Extreme Rules between Asuka and Carmella. And then the main event was really beautifully done between Team Hell No and the Usos. Really good match, solid fight, fresh matchup like Anthony Florio alluded to at the very beginning of the evening. So absolutely well done. Yes, it was a little bit subpar because some of the matches were short in length and could have been longer. But, at the end of the day, you're filling a 2-hour gap. That's something that you really want to do. But let me tell you, the quality of the matches, the storylines that were progressing, even the New Day and Sanity was really done really well tonight. That wasn't overbearing, over stupid. So we didn't it looked like the ugliness of the Monkey Raiders were about to come out, and then no, they kind of were like, okay, we'll give you a little bit of the campy comedy, but we also can be serious as well. So at the end of the day, they nailed it. Well done. 6.5 to 6.75 for me. Anthony Florio, it's all yours.
6.5 out of 10. That's the rating for this edition of SmackDown Live. Solid show. Good wrestling in the opening match and the main event. Solid pay-per-view build. Becky Lynch keeps winning. Sanity got to get back on track with a beatdown of the New Day and a nice layout and overall flow. Yeah, those short matches really hindered the rating without a doubt. Hardy and The Miz, most definitely the fight of the night. They stole the show tonight with one of the better U.S. title matches we've seen in a while. And that Team Hell No and Usos main event, that was very good. Those were the two best fights. Go out of your way to see both of those matches. And the opening segment. I'll give you the opening segment as well. The other stuff, well, maybe I may throw in the New Day Insanity stuff. But other than that, skip everything else. Nothing to see. But I'll tell you what, SmackDown Live continues to roll. They're continuing, compared to Raw, SmackDown Live is far and away the A show right now. Monday Night Raw, let's be realistic, it's a dumpster fire right now. And so much so that Michael Bullock has officially, if you didn't see the show last night, Michael Bullock has officially boycotted Monday Night Raw, and until further notice will not be appearing on Ridiculously Raw anytime soon, which is a damn shame, but it is what it is. So but I'll still be there. It's my show. I'm going to keep on hosting it and doing what I do, regardless of how the show is, even though we all know it is a train wreck and a dumpster fire. So, man, they really need to do something to get that show back on track. But hey, when it comes to our side of Extreme Rules, we got some damn good matches. That's all I can say on that. Our pay-per-view matches all have potential to be really good, with the exception of our tag team title match. That's got campy comedy nonsense written all over it, whereas your tag team title match, MF, has the potential to be one of the better ones in a while. And really all I can say there. So, but without a doubt, SmackDown Live wins again, 6.5 compared to the 3.5 I gave to Monday Night Raw last night. So, MF, lucky you, you weren't on the show last night, because you probably would have poo-pooed all over Raw just like we did, and especially Bullock. So that's really all I can say there. 6.5. SmackDown Live wins again. There's no room for improvement. SmackDown Live, just keep on doing what you're doing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Raw, big trouble. That's all I can say on that. And they're gonna be in one of the greatest WWE cities of all time next week, Boston, Massachusetts. Come on, Boston. Let's get a damn good show for once. Although, let's be realistic, it's going to be another crap show. So, nothing more to say there. 6.5 out of 10. So, Bullock, take it for a spin, and then we'll get to a very loaded Mikey's Mindset, which I'm very anxious to hear about.
Yeah, 6.5 out of 10 is my rating. This is why I'm saying right now, SmackDown Live is the new A show. Monday Night Raw, you're officially in the dumpster right now. Your shows are so bad, it smells like freaking garbage. Because that's what it is. And that's why I'm boycotting Monday Night Raw from here on in until it improves. But, Anthony, I've been thinking about this. Yes, I'll be boycotting Monday Night Raw, but after careful consideration, I will still be a part of Ridiculously Raw. So, I was just so fired up from last night's Raw being such a train wreck, and I said that I was not going to be a part of Ridiculously Raw. I'm still boycotting Raw, but I love being on Ridiculously Raw as well. So I'm still going to be on the show no matter what. So yeah, so you heard it here first, folks. I will still be on Ridiculously Raw, but I'm still boycotting Raw. So
yeah, that's fine, man. That's fine. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, so Nothing else to say. 6.5 out of 10. Out of 10. SmackDown Live. Just keep on doing what you're doing, man. So nothing more to say. So Fletch, it's time for your Mikey's mindset, and all I can say is I think we know it's definitely going to be a loaded Mikey's mindset tonight.
Very loaded, to say the very least. We started it off with Lucha Underground. We're gonna do Lucha Underground first. Um, we got basically a whole bunch of stuff here. It started it off with Jack Evans versus Exolicious. Exolicious wins the match in 5 minutes and 53 seconds. This was a fun match. Exolicious is the real deal. Has some fun offense. But the thing is, his personality. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of it's out there. Let's say that, Anthony. You know what I'm talking about because of the fact
Oh,
that
I know what you're talking about, MF. I mean, I saw that match, and quite frankly, I'm like, who in the hell is this fruit booty? Are you
Yeah,
kidding me? I channel my
yeah,
NBA. I call him a fruit booty, and I was having nightmares of friggin' Orlando Jordan in TNA. Ugh.
yeah. It
Jeez.
was, yeah. I mean, if you watch the match, watch it on demand, or if you got El Rey Network, watch the match. You'll know what we're talking about. It was definitely the most unique personality I've seen in a long time in Lucha Underground. That's all I'm gonna say about that. The next thing we had was a promo segment, Pentagon Dark with Cage. This was all kinds of awesome. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. This was really, really good. Nothing more to say. Of course, there was also a backstage segment, Phoenix with Melissa Santos. That was actually pretty nicely done. I got nothing bad to say about that. And then we went into grave consequences. Mil Muertes versus Jeremiah Crane versus Phoenix. Jeremiah Crane got thrown into the casket first, and he was gone, eliminated in the fight. They continue it on with Phoenix and Mil Muertes. When it was all said and done, the winner of the bout in officially 20 minutes and 26 seconds in fight time, the winner of Grave Consequences, Mil Muertes, the man of 1,000 deaths, claims the soul of Phoenix right before our very eyes, which means the life force of the beautiful Katrina has been restored. Look out. That's bad news for the rest of the temple, because if she's got the life force back in her possession, oh my goodness, this could get very interesting, to say the very least. Nothing more to say. Overall rating for this event, I gotta say, I could give this easily. Um, this was a 7 out of 10 for me. This was incredible. This was a good night. This was a great event. Um, I really got nothing more to say. This came out so good, so amazing, and well, all right, guys, it's time. There's really nothing more for me to say. It is time. I know Anthony Floyer was waiting for this one. So here we go. We started off, and this is the big one, the RWA Legacy 2018 two-day event, to say the very least. And we started it off day one. This is the one that I went to witness live at the RWA Chop Shop in Pawtucket. It started off with my man Jack Connor going one-on-one with Calvin Strange. Jack Connor wins the match by submission. This was a good fight. I gave this about 2 stars. This was a solid opener. Very good matchup, to say the very least. I liked the body of work of everybody involved. So this was a solid individual matchup, and really nothing more to say. So the next match we had was the Underground Death Machines, which was the Undead Tim Davidson and Calvin Gaines, as they went up against Johnny Mata and Eddie Vegas of Pumpalicious. But the Underground Death Machines gets the victory here. Gaines pins Mata. Solid fight, good match, nothing more to say. We're just going to move on. Next fight we had was a segment where the RWA was going to hand out some of their awards for the 2017-2018 year, and it was going to be the Rookie of the Year. Well, the King Leon VI came out and basically was saying that he was the Rookie of the Year, how great this was going to be. Well, sorry, King. You're not the Rookie of the Year. So he demanded who is going to be or who is the Rookie of the Year. Well, before they did, they actually announced the most hated wrestler of the RWA for the year. And believe it or not, the RWA the fans of the RWA named King Leon VI the most hated wrestler of the year. And the Rookie of the Year for 2017-2018 is Justin Coco Sylvia. He wins the award, but then he gets to fight with he fought Devin Baker. Devin Baker does win the match, though. Solid match. Pretty good fight, to say the very least. Then King Leon VI jumps in the ring, attacks Justin Sylvia, and gives him a pedigree move called Off with His Head. So he did that maneuver. I wasn't really impressed with it. Me and my buddy Corey Lincor kind of grilled the faithful King. And yeah, he gave us a little rash of crap about it too. So whatever, King, get the hell out of here. That's all I got to say about that. Next thing we had was Dan Terry versus another guy who I'm actually very high on, a good friend of mine, Derek Simonetti. For all you fans of Project Zero Wrestling, and most importantly, Proving Ground and the Elk Mania, this is Derek Simonetti. Unfortunately, Derek Simonetti loses the match to Dan Terry. Dan Terry does a very sneaky move. Derek Simonetti does a sunset flip. Dan Terry sits down on the sunset flip and puts his hands on the ropes for the 1, 2, 3. Yes, it was Anthony's favorite move. Basically, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. And Dan Terry cheated to win this match. Definitely set me and Corey off. Derek looked at us both like, what the hell happened? We both told him, Terry held the ropes, man. And he's like, are you sure? We both were like, yup. We like nodded our head, yes. We both were like, we're giving the motion. I'll even put it on camera. Derek Simonetti was looking at us. He was like, what the hell happened? What the hell happened? The next thing you know, he literally was looking at us like what's the deal? We were going like this. And that's the signal that that he was holding the ropes on you. He was holding the ropes when he got the 3, and Simonetti was like, "Damn it!" And like you could read lips. I'm like, he came out our way. I was like, yo, man, you'll get him next time, man. Good job. And what the cool thing was, after I'll talk about it later. I'm going to talk about it later. But there was a cool moment. I actually got a little bit of a sit down chat with Derek Simonetti during the halftime intermission. But I'll get into that in a little bit. All right. My bad. I just muted my mic, idiot. So the next thing we had was a War Games type match. It was called the Blood Brawl, and basically it was 8 guys. They went at it, and basically it was Cipriano Abruzzi for the Foundation, Vinny Abruzzi for Team Phoenix. Then we had Alex Corvus for the Foundation because they did the coin toss. Foundation won it, and they got to send out their second man. Jason Devine evened up the odds. Then Christopher Sterling came out and gave the 3-2 advantage. Ricky Medeiros shows up and does, well, you want to know how he got into the fight? He jumps off a platform and does a tope con hilo. I'm not kidding you. It was insane. Actually, I showed a video recently on my Facebook, and Anthony, I hope you saw that. Michael Bullock, I hope you saw that. That was a tope con hilo.
Yes,
and oh my God. Me and Corey Lincor, we kind of did a commentary off it, and even once I did it, he actually did the Mauro Ranallo Mamma Mia. I did the Joey Styles oh my God, and then I actually yelled out Tope con Hilo by Ricky Medeiros. So oh yeah, it was an epic commentary. Anthony, you would have gone nuts over it. If you would have heard it live. Then AJ Phoenix showed up. Then T Phoenix was the last man out. When it was all said and done, T Phoenix wins the match for the team as he pins Cipriano Abruzzi, and that's it. The blood war is over. So next fight of the night was David Baker going one-on-one with Shade Cash for the #1 contenders match. David Baker wins the match. That means the Brick will get to fight Chris Cruz on the next day, on day 2. We'll get into day 2 in just a little bit. Then we had a tag team fight, or a one-on-one match, I should say. We had Tom Billington versus the Insane Dick Lane. Tom Billington wins the match because of interference by the Unbalanced Messiah Christopher Dozier. And then basically Dick Lane issues a challenge, a tag team challenge, and we're like, what the hell are you doing, Dick Lane? Then he goes and he's like, you know what? He's like, normally I would never do this, but I'm going to have to bring some real super villain shit to the thing. I apologize for the language. That's what he said live. Even me and Corey kind of looked at each other like, that's not PG. But then again, RWA is not really a PG show. So it's more of a TV-14 show. So I guess I could get away with that. I don't know. But next fight of the night, Callan Thomas, my man, The Riot, with Deanna on Fire. She was there. I was a little surprised. I didn't think she was going to be there, but she was. And it was against Alexander Lee, a member of, actually a member of the Main Street Posse. But when it was all said and done, Callan Thomas wins the match. Good match. Solid fight, too. Even Corey and myself, we were like, this is a good match. Solid fight to work with. Made it really interesting to say the very least. Then we had King Leon VI versus Sean Leader, and this was hilarious. Sean Leader comes out in a Burger King crown, in a cape, or a cape, and He called himself the king of the misfit toys. Oh my God, we got so into this. I even did my I'm not worthy to Sean Leader. I would gladly bow down to this king more than King Leon the Sixth, just as a legit heads up. But when it was all said and done, King Leon the Sixth gets the victory thanks to a little bit of help from the Squire. And a funny thing too, Squire comes up and he starts talking to me and Corey Lincourt. Now, this is during the time that I'm actually having a chat with Derek Simonetti. So he basically was trying to offer us a t-shirt. And I'm like, Corey, he's a good guy. I like him. The shirt looks pretty cool. Why not? Let's do it. He looks at me. I look at him. I'm like, you want to do it? And then he's like, you know what? All right, we'll do it. So we ended up getting Squire shirts. Now he was very, very aware. He's like, please do not show this to the king. I don't want you to have this with the king, because if King Leon the Sixth knows that you got my shirt, he's gonna be very angry at me. We're like, all right, we got you, Holmes. So the next thing we know, we started yelling about the Squire. We were showing the shirts. He's like, no, put it down. I'm like, all right. So we were able to watch it. Then the Squire helps King Leon the Sixth get the win, and we're looking at him. I'm like, what are you doing? I thought we were cool, man. What are you doing, Holmes? So, needless to say, I got the shirt, but that might be going on eBay very soon, folks. I don't know. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. So, next up we had was a triple threat tag team fight for the RWA Tag Team Championships, as it was the Middlesex Express, Stephen Broad and Stephen Lust versus Solly Banger and Theodore J. Liftington, and the Main Street Posse's own Adrian Agaro and the Danger Kid. When it was all said and done, the Middlesex Express wins the match. But, all right, this was a botchamania. So what happened was, Stephen Broad pinned Solly Banger. So you got 1, 2, and then the 3 count hit. Solly was unable to kick out in time, in which for the 3, but according to some people that I know and some RWA insiders that I knew, I looked at the guys and I just saw like the sheer fear in the look in one of the guys' face. I was like, did that shit? And they're like, that was a botch. I'm not going to name names because I don't want to get the guy in trouble, but a couple of insiders told me that was a mistake. A botchamania just went down. Solly was supposed to kick out, and I don't know if he got stunned, if he didn't know the count, or if the referee kind of counted a little quicker than he was supposed to, but a mistake happened. And boy, the ramifications was monumental after the fight. So the Main Street Posse was named the RWA. Well, the Main Street Posse jumped the Middlesex Express after the match was over. Maybe a displeasure, I don't know, but there was definitely a little bit of some drama after the match was over. Yeah, so really nothing more to say. But the next match we had was the main event of the evening for night 1, which was Mike Montero one-on-one with the metrosexual Anthony Green, and Mike Montero wins the match. Fight of the night. 4.5 to almost a 5-star classic. This was an amazing main event. Great match. Loved it from beginning to end. Nothing bad to say. Yeah. awesome, awesome, awesome match. Well done, well done, well done, to say the very least. So we got night 2 now. Brando Davis against Tony the Tuna. Brando Davis wins the match. All right, good solid opener. Nothing more to say about it. So next fight of the night, Kellen Thomas, the Riot, puts the RWA Hype Championship on the line against a guy known as Beefcake. Don't ask me. I don't know what this guy's about. However, Beefcake really did a great job. Gave Kellen a run for his money. But at the end of the day, the champion remains the champion. Kellen Thomas wins the match, successfully defends the RWA Hype Championship. He's 2 for 2 in to say the very least. Next fight in the night, it was Team Esponza versus the King of Kings. Gimmick infringement. WWE's coming after you guys. King Leon the Sixth and the King of the RWA, Davey Cash. Well, it was all said and done. It was the Team Esponza getting the victory, and yeah, that basically ended the partnership of the King of Kings. So next fight of the night, we got Antonio Atama versus AJ Phoenix. Antonio Atama wins the match. Solid fight, good match from what I've heard. Nothing more to say. We're just gonna move on to the to the next fight of the evening, which was Nicholas Marchand versus Mike Grassa. Basically, the loser leaves the RWA. That's it. If you lose this fight, you're done with the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. Nick Marchand ends the career of Mike Grassa in one of the most violent matches you've ever witnessed in RWA history, and probably one of the most bloodiest fights in they said this was insane. They tried to literally kill each other. From what I've heard, this was an unbelievable fight, to say the very least. So we move on to the next fight of the night, which was the Middlesex Express putting the RWA Tag Team titles on the line against DJ Crawford and Brody. The Beach Bums! Yes, the Beach Bums from Grimm's Toy Show, GTS. If you guys don't know it, watch it on YouTube.com. They're really entertaining. Yes, they're funny, but they're so entertaining with their wrestling. But sorry, guys, you don't walk out with the titles. The Middlesex Express successfully defend the titles by cheating. What else is new? Nothing more to say. The next fight of the night we had was Mike Montero versus Tom Harris. Mike Montero wins the match. The match ended suddenly due to an injury. Basically, Todd Harris got punched in the eye so badly that one of his eyes swollen shut. It closed on him. Basically, it ended in a pinfall victory. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Todd Harris in the ring anytime soon. They're probably going to give him some time to heal that wound, because, man, punched in the eye and the eye closes shut on a punch. Ooh, Montero must have hit him with a ton of bricks by mistake, but it is what it is. So next fight of the night we had was the Main Street Posse. Aaron Negrio, the Danger Kid, and Anthony Lee goes up against Bullet Joe, Izzy Star, and Jack Connor in a 6-man tag team fight. When it was all said and done, the winners of the match was the Main Street Posse, as Alexander Lee gets the pin on Bullet Joe. So tough way to win. Well, a little bit of redemption for the Main Street Posse, getting one on Bullet Joe, Izzy Star, and Jack Connor. Now we got the tag team fight where it was Tom Billington and Christopher Dozier. They went up against the Insane Dick Lane and his mystery partner, Chris Pyro. former RWA Triple Crown champion. Oh my God, the place went nuts. One of the most popular guys in RWA history, to say the very least. This was awesome show, awesome event, to say the very least. I'm a little mad I wasn't able to see this fight, but once it was all said and done, basically Christopher Dozier looked like he got injured. Basically ended up getting a stinger, getting a Frankensteiner off the top. Hopefully Dozier's gonna be okay. But after the match was over, the Insane Dick Lane pinned Tom Billington. He ended the undefeated streak of Tom Billington in Legacy, and then he scalped him. That's right. He shaved his head. He got a haircut. Somebody got a haircut. Tom Billington got the karma, talked a whole bunch of shit about me the other day, the night before, telling me what the hell I was doing at Legacy, this and that, ripping on me. Payback's a bitch. Tom Billington, how you like them apples? You just lost your hair, boy. That's what I call karma. What goes around comes around, boy. So nothing more to say. Next up, main event for the RWA Triple Crown Championship. Chris Cruz goes up against David Baker, the winner of the bout, and still the RWA Triple Crown champion was Chris Cruz. It ended up being a beatdown because David Baker went absolutely ballistic on Chris Cruz after the fight was over and left him in a heap. An unbelievable, vicious attack to end the show. Man, what a night. What an event. Both nights were amazing. I want to give a lot of love and a lot of credit to Corey Lincourt. And I want to give a big shout out to all the guys. I mean, all the guys of the RWA, from Dick Lane to Stephen Luss, Stephen Broad, T Phoenix, Corlin Core. I also gotta give a lot of love to Derek Simonetti because I got to talk with him. I even got to hang with Rage Master, who's a guy from DCW, which is an E-Fed pay-per-view you guys can watch on Twitch every Thursday night around 10 or 10:30. That's actually run by Jack Connor. He actually runs a company which I'm involved in, so it's more of a WWE 2K video series, but I'm one of those guys that's a part of it, so I'm very happy about that. So I really want to promote that because it's an awesome show. Derek Simonetti, all the guys, Theodore J. Liftington, Solly Banger. I also got to hang with a little bit with the RWA hype champion, Kellen Thomas, just to give a little hey to him. Chris Sterling. I mean, all the RWA guys. You guys are so good to me. You guys have always been good to me. You know, you guys give me an outlet. And I always would be willing, love to promote you guys every time I get, if it is on, on an individual video on this channel, or even when I'm doing it on the Mikey's Mindset. You guys are awesome. Continue the great work. You guys, you're one of the best in the state of Rhode Island, and I want you guys to know that. And for me, and I know I've been saying that I'm going to bring Michael Bullock and Anthony Florio one of these days, and I promise you guys I will. We just got to get the timing right, and I hope that Anthony and Mike Bullock agrees that one day we will do an RWA live show, because it's worth it. It is worth it. It's great wrestling, and you get it on cheap, man. I paid $15 to sit in the front row, comfortable seats, and I had the time of my life, guys. It was amazing. So RWA, thank you again. You guys are awesome. Can't wait to see you guys next month. And yes, I'm gonna try to make a appearance very soon at Proving Crown. Derek Simonetti, like I said, had a sit down interview, and he even told Corey, he's like, "Yo, this guy was the one who was promoting Project Zero Wrestling when we were having it, and he loved my reviews, was really praising me about it, and he's like, when are you gonna get your ass down here for a Proving Ground? You know, you were here for RWA. Why are you not here?" And I told him, look, my work schedule, but I promise you I will be down there for one of these events one of these days. I promise you I will. You guys, I know a lot of the guys from Project Zero Wrestling that's in this federation, from Adam Nessel, who's now a commentator. He's the play-by-play guy for the company. Tony Spencer, and they used some of the guys from RWA as well. So I mean, I definitely am interested in going to Proving Ground whenever they come back. I heard they're coming back to the Chop Shop in October, so I'm gonna try to make an effort to do that as well. So Derek, much love to you. And I hope that I'll get to see you sooner rather than later, to say the very least, my friend. So RWA, Proving Ground. Guys, there's a lot of great wrestling in the state of Rhode Island. Go out of your way to watch it, and of course, I know Derek Ferreira will also promote it as well. So that's it. We're done. The show's over. So Anthony Floyo, come on in, my friend. Set the table for us if you already got it for Friday night and Strictly Sports.
I don't know how to say this, MF, but I don't have a docket yet. Derek Ferreira has not posted the docket yet for Strictly Sports for this week.
Oh, okay.
Well, last night on the Facebook page, he said he was going to release the docket tomorrow, which was today, but he never did. I messaged him. I haven't gotten any word. But one thing I definitely know we'll do, of course, is the Major League Baseball Power Rankings. And if I know him,
it's probably going to be the NBA and all the free agency stuff that has just happened. I mean, LeBron to the Lakers, DeMarcus Cousins going to the Warriors, and there's probably some other NBA stuff that he'll probably want us to get into. And plus, there's been a lot of free agency happenings in the NHL that definitely needs to be addressed, to say the very least.
John Tavares especially.
Yeah, so we'll definitely get into that. And as always, it'll be 10:30 Eastern on the Tone 25. So, guys, that's it for tonight. So, I want to say thank you to Anthony Floyo. Thank you to Michael Bullock. Thank you to Didi Woodson, as always. And thank you, guys, for staying up this late in the evening. I know normally we started a little more earlier, but you guys have to realize we had the fireworks tonight, and myself and Michael Bullock were there in attendance watching the fireworks, and they were amazing. So I hope you guys have a happy and safe 4th of July. Please be careful with the fireworks. If you do decide to have them tomorrow night, they are pretty dangerous, so just please be careful with that. And that is it, guys. So until then, have a great night. So long for now. Hugs and hand pounds, and we are out.